Hi everyone, welcome back to Off the Cuff with me, your host, Kaylin. So today is all about the third trimester and preparing for parenthood. So today I am currently 37 weeks and 5 days. My due date is only 16 days away, which is hard to believe. So let's talk third trimester. The third trimester for me has mimicked a lot of the first trimester. In my last video, I talked about how I was starting to get a little bit of a break with the morning sickness. I would maybe have 3 or 4 mornings where I wouldn't get sick. I've never gone through like a full week of not having morning sickness, but since entering the third trimester, I have been sick every single morning. And my morning sickness, I think, is mostly due to just an empty stomach. Not eating throughout the night because I'm trying to get sleep. So I'm still taking my medication and all that fun stuff. I'm sure you can see in my face. I've definitely put on weight. At this point, I have put on 44 pounds, which is very dramatic for me. Like I said in my previous video, I've never really dealt with any body changes, so this has been extreme to say the least. But I'm happy that, I'm nourishing my body and my baby boy is doing good. So I want to talk about a lot of the third trimester discomforts that a lot of people go through. When I was transitioning, probably right in the beginning of the third trimester, I was experiencing extreme hip and lower back pain. When you're pregnant, your body produces a hormone called relaxin, and it is to help relax your ligaments and things like that to make birth obviously happen. And my body is obviously producing a lot of that because it was to the point where I couldn't walk. I stopped going to the grocery store because I just couldn't manage to keep up with my husband. You can even see back there that cane would actually help me get up off the couch. But somewhere along the lines, my body just kind of adjusted and I'm back to going to the grocery store. I definitely can't walk as quickly as I once could, but it's pregnancy. Another one is insomnia. I go through spurts of like getting really good sleep, and then I'll have a couple nights where it will take me 2 or 3 hours to fall asleep. I can't stay asleep. Changing position, switching from left to right is really hard when you have all this weight gain, and baby is now 6 to 7 pounds and he's laying on me, so it's a lot. I'm dealing with pelvic bone pain. It almost feels like my pelvis is splitting. It is as unpleasant as I just described it. Being winded and just tired. I'm not able to do basic tasks without getting really tired very quickly. I can't even like get on the floor. I would need help. So I just never imagined it being like this. I'm currently dealing with some swollen hands, mostly when I wake up in the morning, but my feet and ankles are almost not recognizable at this point, which is very common. Epsom salt baths can help. I really haven't found any relief. Obviously elevating and staying hydrated, which I probably could be better about. Extreme nesting. I honestly feel like the house is not clean enough. I literally want to burn it down and rebuild it. And even yesterday, I was just so emotionally overwhelmed with like how not clean my house felt. It's not that my house is dirty by any means, but I have 3 cats, a dog, and a hedgehog, so I do have animal traffic going on and stuff. And my emotions have shifted a little bit with the animals, which I never thought in a million years I would even say. Please don't crucify me. This is just part of nesting and hormonal changes and just getting ready for the baby. Acid reflux is also a huge thing. It's uncomfortable. Food doesn't even really trigger it. Again, your hormone relaxin also allows all your like esophagus and things to relax so things can come up from your stomach, and it's just not pleasant. And bowel movements, I'm still dealing with a lot of the constipation that I've talked about. But I've also been dealing with like loose stools and diarrhea, which I heard could be also in preparation for labor. So those are just some of the third trimester discomforts and things of that nature. I kind of want to switch gears. I ended up changing my provider. I was seeing an OBGYN. Now I'm seeing a midwife. I made the switch right in the beginning of my third trimester. And I really thought I was pro C-section because of all my pelvic issues. As pregnancy has progressed, my viewpoint has kind of changed. Obviously, I want whatever delivery will be the most healthy and safest for my son, but we're gonna try it first naturally, and then, obviously if things don't progress, decisions will have to be made. The reason that I made the switch from the OBGYN to my midwife is just because I wasn't really feeling supported. She wanted to subject me to cervical checks at like 36 weeks, which is pretty early. A lot of times they don't even really want to start checking you until you're a little bit farther along, either 38 or 39 weeks. With the OB, there wasn't a lot of collaboration. It was just kind of more so like you're going to do this, this, and this. Where I learned when you have a midwife, it's kind of more collaboration. They give you more options, and that sat better with me. And I was able to find my midwife actually through a recommendation from a friend. So I'm happy that I made the switch. So anyone out there who is in TTC, or if you're pregnant, if you're not feeling supported by your provider and you don't feel like you're getting the care that you need, that means that your baby probably isn't going to get the care that they need either. You need to feel supported emotionally, physically by your doctor. This is why, you pay for these kind of services, and it's never too late. You can be very, very deep into your pregnancy and still switch. So don't hesitate if you feel like you're not being listened to or that your wishes aren't being respected, and collaborate with your friends to see if they have any recommendations for you. So the last time I was on here was my second trimester. So since then, I had my baby shower. I had it on February 13th. It was a drive-by drop-off baby shower. It was really nice to see family and friends, and obviously to celebrate our son. So that went great. The nursery is completed. I actually started that pretty early. His nursery is animal themed. We have book shelving up, and he's gotten books, so I've actually read to him a few times, and he seems to enjoy it, I think. I enjoy reading to him. So I had my 36-week growth scan last week, and baby boy is estimated to be 6 pounds and 12 ounces, which there's a high error rate with the bigger the baby gets, the less accurate the ultrasounds are, so they can be plus or minus 1 to 2 pounds either way. I do feel like he is in the 6-pound range, and he was in the 63rd percentile for growth. So I'm happy that being medicated and, putting on weight and just taking care of my body has worked out, and everything has been checking out healthy so far. We will obviously keep hoping and praying that we stay on that path. So what I enjoyed most about being pregnant is obviously feeling the baby move. His kicks almost put me to sleep. So it's going to be very weird that he's going to be outside of my body soon and I won't get that, but I guess it'll be exchanged for cuddles and other positive things. The things that I enjoyed least about pregnancy is the nausea and vomiting. I'm still dealing with it, obviously, so I would have just been one of those people that would have dealt with it the whole time. Thank goodness for modern medicine. Obviously, another least favorite is the weight gain. Not so much emotionally, just the discomforts that I talked about that it brings, the hip and lower back pain, the pelvic pain, the swelling, the insomnia, the weight gain causes a lot. It's a trickle down effect. So I am planning on breastfeeding if all goes well, but I'm still one of those people that I believe fed is best. But I am going to attempt breastfeeding and pumping. And I, at this point, have all of his stuff packed in the car, ready to go to the hospital. I'm finishing up my hospital bag. I just can't put, shirts away because I still need to wear my very limited supply of maternity clothes. So that's kind of where we're at. So the next time, I'm really eager to share with you, my birth story and how he came into the world and what his name is. He has been named for quite some time. We just aren't sharing publicly until after he is born. I want to thank everyone who has taken the time to watch and even taken an interest in my pregnancy journey. I will definitely give you guys a pelvic floor update when I have an update for you. I don't really have one at this point. My husband and I were doing pressure point release because I was being pressured by my doctor to do the cervical check at 36 weeks. With my midwife provider now, I can completely opt out of all cervical checks up until the point where I'm in active labor. So we really haven't done much in the arena of pelvic floor. So I really don't have an update for you. But I will let you know how things progress after birth and how things go with that. I am due to go on a podcast. I won't mention what podcast yet. I just want to make sure that plans actually go through. So I will be either on that podcast. I think we'll be recording either in May or June. So I'm really excited about that because I'll share things all the way stemming back from the beginning of my journey to adding, my birth story and things like that. I just want to give people hope that vaginismus is it can be overcame. And I really didn't know if I was ever going to have a family or be able to have intercourse or enjoy intercourse. So the fact that I am literally 16 days away from my due date and I have a little boy on the way that I absolutely adore already, I'm extremely grateful, and it is possible. You just have to put in the work. So thank you for, being interested in my journey, and I can't wait to share even more with you guys next time. So thanks.